We would like to thank our following sponsors. Exclusive partners, Dermadrive, High Rewards, The Wise Millennial, Thoughtful Philippines, co-presented by Ravisco, Hansel Premium, Super Thin. Special thanks to Forever Healthy Products Incorporated, Startup Philippines Training, official career partner, Correct, Career Express Philippines.
Did you know that the symptoms of PJMA may actually be the symptoms of a medical condition known as hyperhidrosis? Well, hyperhidrosis is a condition characterized by excessive sweating and most frequently occur in the hands and feet. Sounds familiar, right? Well, the truth is, most people suffering from PJMA are most likely suffering from the condition of hyperhidrosis. Hyperhidrosis is misunderstood, and it is our mission to keep educating people about the condition and treatment available. Thankfully, effective treatment exists. Dermadry has created an iontroporosis device that treats excessive sweating of the hands, feet, and even underarms. So join us in spreading the word about hyperhidrosis.
Today, the internet is radically changing how we Filipinos see the world. Now, we're consuming online content. We're creating it, but more importantly, we're sharing it. Founded in 2010, Thoughtful Media is a global multi-channel network that is certified by YouTube and Google and is now in the Philippines. We help content creators optimize their channel for subscriber growth and channel discoverability. We put creators in touch with the right production people, from shoot to edit. With a diverse network of content creators, we can connect you to the right influential friend from different parts of the world. Our worldwide network consists of over 2,200 channels and a catalog of more than 1,000 influencers. We create bubbles, generating over 626 million views and over 1.2 billion minutes watched per month. Using our vast amount of content creators, we bring you only the best talent fit for your campaign. Our reach is local, but our impact is global. What are you waiting for? Be impactful. Be effective. Be thoughtful.
Dreams will stay dreams if you don't plan a way to reach them. Be it for your travel goals, your dream home, your business, your child's education, or even your retirement. The Wise Millennial can help you plan out your future for you and your family. Book a session today and let's plan out your future. Pagdating sa pera, dapat wais.
Did you know that the symptoms of PJMA may actually be the symptoms of a medical condition known as hyperhidrosis? Well, hyperhidrosis is a condition characterized by excessive sweating and most frequently occur in the hands and feet. Sounds familiar, right? Well, the truth is, most people suffering from PJMA are most likely suffering from the condition of hyperhidrosis. Hyperhidrosis is misunderstood, and it is our mission to keep educating people about the condition and treatment available. Thankfully, effective treatment exists. Dermadry has created an iontrophoresis device that treats excessive sweating of the hands, feet, and even underarms. So join us in spreading the word about hyperhidrosis.
Today, the internet is radically changing how we Filipinos see the world. Now, we're consuming online content. We're creating it, but more importantly, we're sharing it. Founded in 2010, Thoughtful Media is a global multi-channel network that is certified by YouTube and Google and is now in the Philippines. We help content creators optimize their channel for subscriber growth and channel discoverability. We put creators in touch with the right production people, from shoot to edit. With a diverse network of content creators, we can connect you to the right influential friend from different parts of the world. Our worldwide network consists of over 2,200 channels and a catalog of more than 1,000 influencers. We create bubbles, generating over 626 million views and over 1.2 billion minutes watched per month. Using our vast amount of content creators, we bring you only the best talent fit for your campaign. Our reach is local, but our impact is global. What are you waiting for? Be impactful, be effective, be thoughtful.
Dreams will stay dreams if you don't plan a way to reach them. Be it for your travel goals, your dream home, your business, your child's education, or even your retirement. The Wise Millennial can help you plan out your future for you and your family. Book a session today and let's plan out your future. Pagdating sa pera, dapat wais.
We would like to thank our following sponsors. Exclusive partners, Dermadry, High Rewards, The Wise Millennial, Thoughtful Philippines, co-presented by Rabisco, Hansel Premium, Super Thin. Special thanks to Forever Healthy Products Incorporated, Startup Philippines Training, official career partner, Correct, Career Express Philippines.
Did you know that the symptoms of PJMA may actually be the symptoms of a medical condition known as hyperhidrosis? Well, hyperhidrosis is a condition characterized by excessive sweating and most frequently occur in the hands and feet. Sounds familiar, right? Well, the truth is, most people suffering from PJMA are most likely suffering from the condition of hyperhidrosis. Hyperhidrosis is misunderstood, and it is our mission to keep educating people about the condition and treatment available. Thankfully, effective treatment exists. Dermadry has created an iontroporosis device that treats excessive sweating of the hands, feet, and even underarms. So join us in spreading the word about hyperhidrosis.
Today, the internet is radically changing how we Filipinos see the world. Now, we're consuming online content. We're creating it, but more importantly, we're sharing it. Founded in 2010, Thoughtful Media is a global multi-channel network that is certified by YouTube and Google and is now in the Philippines. We help content creators optimize their channel for subscriber growth and channel discoverability. We put creators in touch with the right production people, from shoot to edit. With a diverse network of content creators, we can connect you to the right influential friend from different parts of the world. Our worldwide network consists of over 2,200 channels and a catalog of more than 1,000 influencers. We create bubbles, generating over 626 million views and over 1.2 billion minutes watched per month. Using our vast amount of content creators, we bring you only the best talent fit for your campaign. Our reach is local, but our impact is global. What are you waiting for? Be impactful, be effective, be thoughtful.
Dreams will stay dreams if you don't plan a way to reach them. Be it for your travel goals, your dream home, your business, your child's education, or even your retirement. The Wise Millennial can help you plan out your future for you and your family. Book a session today and let's plan out your future. Pagdating sa pera, dapat wais.
Did you know that the symptoms of PJMA may actually be the symptoms of a medical condition known as hyperhidrosis? Well, hyperhidrosis is a condition characterized by excessive sweating and most frequently occur in the hands and feet. Sounds familiar, right? Well, the truth is, most people suffering from PJMA are most likely suffering from the condition of hyperhidrosis. hyperhidrosis is misunderstood, and it's our mission to keep educating people about the condition and treatment available. Thankfully, effective treatment exists. Dermadry has created an iontroporosis device that treats excessive sweating of the hands, feet, and even underarms. So join us in spreading the word about hyperhidrosis.
Today, the internet is radically changing how we Filipinos see the world. Now, we're consuming online content. We're creating it, but more importantly, we're sharing it. Founded in 2010, Thoughtful Media is a global multi-channel network that is certified by YouTube and Google and is now in the Philippines. We help content creators optimize their channel for subscriber growth and channel discoverability. We put creators in touch with the right production people, from shoot to edit. With a diverse network of content creators, we can connect you to the right influential friend from different parts of the world. Our worldwide network consists of over 2,200 channels and a catalog of more than 1,000 influencers. We create bubbles, generating over 626 million views and over 1.2 billion minutes watched per month. Using our vast amount of content creators, we bring you only the best talent fit for your campaign. Our reach is local, but our impact is global. What are you waiting for? Be impactful, be effective, be thoughtful.
Dreams will stay dreams if you don't plan a way to reach them. Be it for your travel goals, your dream home, your business, your child's education, or even your retirement. The Wise Millennial can help you plan out your future for you and your family. Book a session today and let's plan out your future. Pagdating sa pera, dapat wais.
We would like to thank our following sponsors. Exclusive partners, Dermadry, High Rewards, The Wise Millennial, Thoughtful Philippines, co-presented by Rabisco, Hansel Premium, Super Thin. Special thanks to Forever Healthy Products Incorporated, Startup Philippines Training, official career partner, Correct, Career Express Philippines. A very exciting afternoon to you, marketistas, and also to those new viewers that is now currently watching us live on the official YouTube channel of the Philippine Junior Marketing Association. We are very excited to have you on board on the second episode of the marketing series, Chronicles of the 21st Century Landscape. This afternoon, we have a very special guest who will be taking us into the world of retail. And for sure, most of you are very familiar with the brand as it's one of the leading healthcare and beauty care chain store in Asia. But before that, to give us a quick recap of what happened on the first episode of the marketing series, without further ado, reintroducing to you all our guest moderator for this afternoon, Miss Marilyn Romero Ventanilla, the Director for Youth and Academe of the Philippine Marketing Association. Welcome back, Miss Lean.
Good afternoon and welcome back. Yes, indeed, welcome back to our second episode of the marketing series. This time, we're going to talk about another relevant and a very interesting topic, which is retail. And in a short while, we will be revealing to you our very special guest, also one of the a representative from one of the leading brands in the Philippines and also globally. And we will also be inviting some of our guest students from our partner, Junior Marketing Association, schools and universities nationwide. So, and again, speaking of nationwide, we're coming to you live from across the country and would like to again for those who have just tuned in, we would just like again to just ask you to stick around, join us until the end of this episode because we have a lot in store for you, and we have another engaging conversation with our special guest. So hope you stay with us until 3 o'clock. All right, thank you.
So, for the game mechanics, first, listen to the talk and discussion of the speakers throughout the episode. Next, comment on our live stream chat or below the live stream your best insights that you will learn from this episode. And lastly, there will be 5 lucky chosen winners to receive prizes from our generous sponsors. Again, for the game mechanics, first, listen to the talk and the discussion of the speakers throughout the episode. Next, comment on our live stream chat or below the live stream your best insights that you will learn from this episode. And there will be 5 lucky chosen winners to receive prizes from our generous sponsors. So, good luck, marketitas, and may the best insights prevail. Giving again the virtual stage to you, Miss Ventanilla.
Okay, I'm sure a lot of you would like to be part of the of this game and win exciting prizes later on, which we will announce. The winners will be announced towards the end of this episode of this program. So again, this game is a combination of and this program today is a combination of what you're going to learn, and also what you will be sharing with the other people in our live chat. So be sure to listen intently to our conversation with our special guest for today, and list down those insights, and then think of questions that and comments that you want to ask and share in the comment section, and that will give you an opportunity to win prizes. All right, so we will now proceed to the main part of the program. And before that, may I introduce to you our very special guest for this afternoon. Um, he graduated in the year 2007 from De La Salle University, Manila, with a degree in applied corporate management, as he has more than a decade of experience in consumer goods in the beauty and wellness industry. He is the head of Watson's own brand and exclusive brands and a consultant for Schroff Travel. He specializes in SME management, brand and product development, category innovation, and retail management. My dear marketistas, let us all welcome Mr. Jared Ernest de Guzman.
Hi.
Hello, Jared. Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you? How's everyone? Happy Sunday.
I hope you're doing well this Sunday afternoon.
I'm good. I'm kind of also happy that there are students that are trying to learn something on a Sunday, but uh, you know, at least the academe is very alive and active.
Yes, we are very excited to have you on a Sunday afternoon, and you are correct. All our marketees, doesn't really have to be, doesn't really have to pick a special day or a specific day to keep on learning. Marketeers
Right.
are always learning to gaining more knowledge, to learning more from experts like you, and I think this is another day to, to share this wonderful learning session with everybody, especially with like you, with leaders like you. And would you like to say hi again to our audience from our marketers from different schools from across the Philippines?
Hi, everyone. I hope that actually today, when Keith was asking me to have a talk, I was asking him a lot of questions because I always like to make sure that the talk I'm giving is really something that you guys will use. And I think when you graduate after college, it's something that you can take with you, whether you're going to be in marketing or in advertising or in an industry altogether different. So I think the important thing here is just I hope this concept on brand love will be something that you guys can use in the future.
For sure, brand love and anything that our marketeers can learn and apply if ever they do proceed to the field of retail and retail management and operations would be something very important to them. So let us give the floor to you. I'm sure
Sure.
our audience, our dear students, are very much excited to listen to what you can share with them today.
Okay. I think the slides are with the team already. So basically, brand love. When we look into it, I think it's even more important uh, during the pandemic and also post corona, as I would say. And if you look into the title of the slide, it's really from crisis to opportunity. And people would say, brand love, parang ang corny naman, parang why do you have to focus on brand love? And later, I think you'll be able to see how brand love reinforces your business. So at the end of the day, if I'm a businessman and I have very limited capital, I don't really care about brand love initially. But I think hopefully after this discussion, a very short one, I try to keep it as within 10 minutes. You will be able to realize that importante pala ang brand love in my profitability as a business owner. All right. So let's go to the next slide, please. So how can this talk help you today? So the first one is it will help you identify the right marketing objective when you develop your marketing plan. Always when I'm talking to new graduates, when I'm training them to be brand managers, or I judge marketing presentations, always often than not, the marketing objective is the most critical because it helps um, create a laser-like focus to your plan because you don't have so much money, diba? So if you have a very limited A&P, actually any A&P is limited, no? There's no such thing as an unlimited A&P. So if you don't know what you're going to focus on, you will be putting your money everywhere. And I think that's not going to work in this day and age. The second one is brand equity isn't enough, no? Yung mga traditional brands na everybody nakasanayan natin, um, their equity isn't saving them during this pandemic. In fact, there are some traditional brands that we all love in the past that we're not buying anymore. I'm probably sure you guys can relate. So how do you make your product relevant as a marketing learner? And I think the next question there is, how can you be authentic as a brand, which is correlated to the opportunity that I'm going to share with you. So the next slide will share with you something. No? So in this slide, this is a brand that I handle, one of the brands that I handle. It's called Collagen by Watsons. And when you're developing a product or you're developing a brand, there are three major reasons why you employ marketing. One is create differentiation, diba, in the minds of your customers. The second one is it will yield higher profits in the end, because the more that you invest in your brand, the equity versus the actual intrinsic value of your product will have, kumbaga, mas malaki yung value, perceived value, rather than your actual intrinsic value. No? So for example, if your product is only 100 pesos cost, with marketing, you can charge 200, 300, or even 1,000 pesos. No? So I know of facial moisturizers that for a 80 ml jar would cost you 18,000 pesos. Mid-range pa yon, mid-range in luxury. Meron pa akong alam, mas mahal pa doon, no? So, that's what marketing can do. And then the third one is loyalty. So it creates the sense of making sure that you have repeat business. So if you're a businessman, or for our marketing graduates, if you go into smaller companies at the start, these are very important things for any owner of a business. Right. Next slide, please. So this is a very busy and yet comprehensive slide. It actually took me quite some time and a lot of experience in different cases with different brands. Probably I tried this strategy for around 100 brands that I've been handling. And, I was just able to really consolidate them last 3 years ago. No? If you can see here, I'll go through each one. No? So the first one here is the brand love, meaning where your brand sits in the minds of the customer, and also yung benta niya. Second one, the second column that you see is the actual strategy to employ depending where your brand is within the brand love curve. And then the third portion would be how much A&P should you spend depending on where you are in your brand love curve. No? And then if you average all of the cost to sales based on my own research as well as from the data from Deloitte, basically an average of 10.9% cost to sales, meaning an owner or a brand manager would normally employ around 11% A&P to his benta. No? But again, I'll share with you why. So when you are brand, syempre, when I'm creating a brand, for example, I have this product. I'll show you na lang. No? This is not my product, but I have an example of here better to. Yeah. Okay. So this is a tube of La Roche-Posay. It's actually a French brand. It's not yet launched in the market. It's a brand by L'Oreal. Nobody knows this brand. I am probably sure 99% of you do not know. If you are a skin fanatic, you probably know this brand. Or if you've been to another country, you kind of know this brand. So, but most of you don't know. So right now, it's all unknown. No? So you don't know. There's no sales at all. Diba? You haven't launched it in the market. So your strategy there is you need to stand out so customers see the brand in the crowd. So what do you need to do? So you need to talk to your retail partners, set up distribution, create brand experience. What do you mean by brand experience? Set up POPs in the store, launch a brand page online. So basically, it enables you to start launching the brand. No, normally also in the unknown phase, some marketers would employ endorsers or key influence leaders so that they will be able to create credibility for a unknown brand. So that's also the time that you normally employ it. Now, once you launch it, normally people are now indifferent, meaning in a way they kind of know about your brand, but they have no opinion of it. Parang they probably heard it from a relative, no, or they don't care. They have low interest. And basically, when you ask people in a survey in terms of unaided awareness, people, most of them don't still know about it, no. So by that time, your goal now is to establish the brand positioning in the customer's mind. So now your role now is to drive more attention than your competitors. So during this period, ang pinapagawa ko sa mga brand managers is, sige, tingnan yung ginagawa ng kalaban nyo. What are the best practices of your competition? And then let's try to see where we can do something even better. Or this could be a time to launch something new. So for example, this lotion probably can have a line extension having lavender oil para mas relaxing, kunwari, no? And then focus your energy on gaps and leaks from the previous campaigns, because not all of your marketing activities were successful at the start. So normally these two portions, the unknown to indifferent, this is the time really to invest in your brand, and normally it would take you around 30 to 50% A&P. Normally in the first year, hindi ka kikita ng pera talaga, no? And then as you go into like it, no? So like it means you have a basic idea of what it stands for, but still no connection. Meaning people see it as an ordinary lotion or a moisturizer. Low conversion to sales, low loyalty. So if you can see here, the strategy is you try to motivate new customers, driving usage to get more customers to buy more, and also do cross-selling. So for example, itong product ko, pwedeng, if I have let's say a shampoo, a body wash, I try to cross-sell that, no? And then as it progresses, you now go into the love it stage. So people see it as a better product. See, people are satisfied with your product. They see it as a high quality product. They are willing to recommend to a friend. So this is the time wherein you try to tighten the bond to your most loyal buyers. So you shift from just doing commercial things to really more on brand experience. You reinforce your equity, and then you drive broader usage of product. And then the last, which is the most difficult, is really getting into the beloved stage. Meaning, yung hindi mo na kailangan mag-marketing, yung customer na mismo yung nag-market para sa'yo. So this one is you delight your loyalists. You continue to improve your products, and you use your loyalists to influence others. So if I am a businessman, kung makikita mo dito, yung ratio ko in my cost to sales is years progress. I don't have to spend so much in terms of the A&P percent, which is good. So probably the lesson here is invest wisely in making sure that you have a laser-like strategy. So the next slide will share with you that, building brands in post-corona this is a book by Scott Galloway. He published this in September 2020. And Scott Galloway is a prominent NYU Stern professor. And basically he mentioned that, brand equity isn't enough. We're now in the stage of the product-centric mode wherein, having marketing in an undifferentiated product will not lead a firm to create more business. No, so it's important. So how do you make your product relevant as a marketing learner? So I'll probably give you examples of what we've done in Watson, so that you can also do this in the future. Next slide, please. So the first, and then the only thing I want you to remember is authentic connection through building customer communities are right now one of the most important marketing tools that you have in your arsenal. And I really mean the term authentic, because of people now can get data immediately, and they can search your name, and if there are bad things happening or if you're not being authentic, they will know. Even if you hire an influencer, but the influencer, for example, binigyan ko tong product na to, hindi talaga siya nagustuhan ng influencer. Even if people don't research it, people will see it from the influencer's face. how they like it, how they what is really what an authentic connection means. So I think that's something that when you're developing your product or your brand, you really have to make sure that you really are authentic. You're true to what the brand is. Next slide, please. So this is a strategy of what we've been doing. So I'm probably sure the millennials and the zillennials in you guys probably have seen this brand. We launched this probably 3 to 4 years ago, and they've moved from an indifferent phase to almost a love it phase within a span of 2 years or less. It was a very good business case for us to look into, and one thing that we saw was aggressive monthly new product introductions really created excitement within their brand and also within the category. So how do we do product development? So the first one is, you can see here, may parang brand na parang may ballpen, no? So the important thing here is we're trying to identify how does it position itself in the minds of the customer. So that's the most important thing that we need to first identify. And then once we identified the positioning of the product, we went into creating a hero SKU or a hero product. In this case, it was the tomato glass skin soothing gel. Basically, when you apply it on your face or on your body, it will give you parang a very moisturized effect without having it to be very greasy or oily. And at the same time, yung mga mahilig sa K-beauty, it gives you that, K-beauty, parang basang itsura, as they would say. And then after that is we aligned internally on different people, no? Whether it's our supply chain people or it's the category leader. So we align internally. And then after that is we give the product to key influence leaders. But because the product, when we develop it, is really differentiated, people review it so authentically that they just love to share it to people, no? And then after that, because it was still indifferent, we had to hire an endorser. In this case, it was Catherine Bernardo, to really intensify the credibility of the brand. And then after that, we expanded the range after we launched the Hero SKU to more products to complement the Hero SKU. So parang I'm showing you here from unknown to love it in a slide. No? So this is an example. So next slide. So after that, we also tried to do, these are other examples. This is the one on your left would be under the brand Lux Organics. And then the other one on your right is Quick Effects. So what they did was they really focused on customer engagement and using KOLs to drive sales, not just PR values. So marketers would often say, okay, my return on my investment on my KOL, is my PR ROI. But in Watson's, and especially my team, I don't really care about PR values, because normally PR mileage is something that the influencer can simply write a number. But at the end of the day, an important thing is, does it drive my conversion? Does it drive my sales? No. And if you can see here, these are some examples of how we were able to employ influencer marketing to get people to drive the business. Probably people will ask, so Jared, ano to? You just hired the top influencers based on their reach, or sa akin, actually, honestly, the reach is not so important. When we select influencers, I think the first important thing that we look into is, do they even like the product? Are they genuinely enjoying the usage of the product? I think that's the first one. The second thing we look at is, do they really give great advice? Because there are some influencers, papaganda lang, pero hindi talaga sila magaling mag-educate. And then the third one is, we try to look at their past content, and then we look at the current content. And then we look into, is the influencer improving their content, or are they stagnant? So if they're stagnant as an influencer, we don't hire them even if they have super mega reach. Pero kung nakikita namin nag-evolve yung content niya, and magaling sila magbigay ng advice, and gustong-gusto niya yung product, we normally engage with that KOL. Okay? So again, it's not just about reach. It's about making sure that you choose the right one based on the influencers. But the question is, Jared, how do I know who is the right influencer for my brand? Kasi nga, unknown siya. So what we normally do is we para siyang American Idol. So we give the product to 20, 30 influencers. And we just hire them for one YouTube video or one Instagram post. And basically, whoever has the best conversion and the best authentic post in really educating their customers, we filter them. So from 20 to 30, probably nagiging 10. And then yung 10 na yun, dun kami nagbubuhos. Binibigyan namin ng longer term agreements with these influencers. Okay. And the next one, next slide please. So if you look at the journey of the customer, so if you're not yet a user, for example, this girl on your left, they saw the KOL post the product. In this case, this is Heart Evangelista posting the Lux Organics Aloe Vera Body Wash. And then you now go into, ay sige, parang ano pa tong nakikita ko kay Heart? Sige, click ko nga siya. So now you go to the IG account of the brand. And then, okay, kind of cool. Maraming reviews. Okay, great. But normally a customer stop there. So what they do is they try to check reviews on YouTube online. And then when they check reviews online, because we already also did, we employed some influencers there, you can basically check reviews on YouTube there, and people were able, maganda pala yung product. Okay, great. And then after that, they're led to our Watsons store on e-commerce or our Watsons app. They check out the product there. And then after that, they buy the product. They basically provide their customer reviews. Actually, these customer reviews are placed in the brand's online community. So may sarili siyang online page sa Facebook, wherein all of the reviews, new products, dun sila na ano. So for example, for Lux Organics, I think they have around 60,000 online community followers already. No? And then after that, they receive invites to follow the Lux Organics fam community. And then we post more stories there, and then they love it, they try it, and then they basically tell people about it. So that's the story of how we look at building the brand. And I think that might be the last slide, right? So that's the last slide. So again, the marketing vectors I employ might not work for all industries. It just so happened that in the beauty industry and in the wellness industry, search authority, meaning influencers or endorsers, and online reviews drive people to buy the product in this industry. So if you're in automotive or you're in construction or you're in B2B, the type of how the customer searches for the information might be different. So you have to be conscious of that. This is just a wellness and beauty example. But you have to also do your proper research on how do people learn about products in my industry. So that's very important for you to also look at. So that's it. I leave now the floor to questions. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jared Guzman, our Assistant Vice President for Watson's Personal Care Stores in the Philippines. I'm certain that our marketees have learned a lot about brand love, our very special topic for today's session, especially how a brand love will be applied in the world of retail and consumer brands. Personally, my learnings from your presentation are about PR values and mileage that need to drive conversion. Gone are the days when we're just monitoring our press releases or any marketing materials that we publish and send out there, and then try to see how this will be measured and converted via media values. So it's more important that, again, talking about KOL or key opinion leadership, we should employ influencer marketing to get the business to talking and drive conversion. And so again, media mileage, less important. What's more important is driving conversion. And another important insight that I've learned from your presentation is this: brand equity isn't enough. Brand differentiation, relevance, and authenticity have more weight these days. So I hope I got that correctly, Mr.
Yeah,
Jared.
you got it correctly. But I also want to show a topic. Actually, I want to share a topic as well that's very important. I think that's just going back to your conversion concern in terms of PR mileage. Honestly, I myself is a traditional marketer, meaning I was born and I started working as a marketer during the age of print ads, newspapers, billboards, and yung mga vlogger pa nga nun, kakauso pa lang nun. So, honestly, I was also in the age of trying to monitor PR values rather than sales or conversion. But I want to inform everyone. I kind of know I might piss off some professors here in today's discussion, but I kind of want to tell you the purchasing triangle, meaning is dead. It's dead. We don't use that anymore in the professional marketing setting. What we try to do is that there's an infinite loop of exploration and evaluation of the customer. So your job as a marketer is how do I get my customer from this loop to buy my product? So that's the job right now. Because before, when I didn't have my mobile phone, I got hit by the ad on TV. And then, consider ko, sige, fine. And then I go to the store, I try it out. But the challenge right now is that customers, when they're in the Watson store, they have their phone. So they can check the review. So from awareness to consideration to purchase right away in the store. So that's the reason why the triangle has been debunked countless from the actual business case experience.
All right, so marketistas, it's another additional learning for you all. And okay, so we want to start this conversation further, and I let me start by asking the first question. So, Mr. Guzman, can you provide an instance where your brand can be relatable for the consumers? We have a lot of questions and comments coming into our chat box. Again, our chat box is abuzz with all these insights from our marketistas. They have learned a lot for sure. So let's get this conversation going with the first question. So, Mr. Jared, could you
Go
tell
ahead.
us? Could you tell
Well,
us or provide an instance where your brand can be relatable for our consumers?
um, probably to just look into your question. When you look into relatability, I think again I wanted to focus back on authenticity. As a when you're looking at even developing the product itself. And if it's an existing brand, you really have to make sure that your brand values are very clear. Um, and I think once you start with that approach, it's easier for you to be relatable to customers. You know, when I was starting out as a marketer, ang training sa akin is subtle marketing, yung tatawag na soft sell. Yung hindi yung ad ko, parang hindi siya mukhang ad, para siyang story. That was what was I trained before. But now, the zillennial customer simply says, I don't care if you're selling me something. Just tell me you're selling me something. It was a completely different thing, no? So if you're trying to be relatable with a customer, I think it's important. Go to the store, check out your customer. How do they buy it? What do they buy with? How do they search or know about the information about your product? You don't need to hire a research agency for you. Sorry kung may research agency kayong kasama dito, no? So, but you don't have to hire a research agency to know that. You can simply go online, check out what your brand is doing, and then you can already find out. Because you can become a customer, di ba? Kunwari customer ka, how do you map it out? And then from there, you'll be able to find out how to be more relatable to your customers. So in this case, I gave examples of, I have brands like Fresh, Quick Effects, Lux Organics, wherein we focus on that authenticity journey with our customer.
Thank you, Mr. De Guzman. And that's very interesting to know, very helpful for our marketeers because now we are equipped with different platforms and different ways by which we can measure our consumer insights and also see how our consumers also relate to the brands
Right.
or make themselves affiliated with the brand, and that also creates additional insight for us. I think what for us, especially if we are handling certain brands, consumer brands, and we want to see how our consumers or how our brand affect our consumers, then we should also always listen to the different platforms.
Right.
Consumers, say something about your brand, how they love your brand on social media, when they go to your stores, when they talk to their peers. When, of course, and this is the insight that you would generate out of word of
Mm,
mouth, a lot of opportunities for us to glean insights and learn what people are talking about, and which are going to be helpful as we continue to build our brand strength
right.
and potentially build other products out of the existing products.
Right. That's a good point, though. And in fact, I always tell the young brand managers under my team, younger kasi young pa ako, pero younger brand managers under my team, is that whatever lumalabas sa customer research, don't just get it at face value. Often than not, research will not be able to, meaning asking people FGD or survey question, hindi siya automatic lalabas. Often than not, the best insight comes from just observing your customer. And then normally it's in the in-betweeners of what they're saying. That is really where the marketing insight is.
I like that. The in-betweeners in the entire marketing chain or the value
Mm.
chain. And yes, for sure, a lot of more insights and more learnings will come from you, Mr. De Guzman. And so now we will open the floor for questions from our
Go ahead.
marketeistas. And we have chosen two students. From the first one to ask the question will be from the Silliman University Junior Marketing Association, and she is a governor. And let's hear it from Miss Cami Sardua.
Hi, Kami.
Hello, hi. Good afternoon, Sir Jared and
Hi.
Ma'am Lynn. Sir Jared, my question is, since you have briefly explained the love brand curve, which is actually a very new insight for me, and I'm pretty sure for all of the other marketeistas. My question is, what strategy in the love brand curve were utilized before the pandemic and then during the pandemic, because I'm pretty
Mm.
sure that sometimes not every strategy is applicable pre-pandemic era and during the pandemic, right? And
Mm.
and an additional for that is, what were the challenges that you've encountered or experienced all throughout using that strategy?
Okay. Well, just to clarify, no, the brand love curve can apply in any period in time, whether it's during the pandemic or prior to that. The important thing is trying to first identify where your brand stands in the brand love curve. Once you're able to identify that, you simply go to the right, check what is the appropriate strategy, and then just apply that. So normally kasi your boss, when you're going to go in ano na, in the marketing field, will often ask you for a strategic pillar or a strategy house. And normally, you're only asked hanggang three pillars lang yan, maximum. Pag more than that, papagalitan ka na normally. so, so normally, that's the reason why if you look at the strategy, the brand love curve, you just look into, okay, for example, if your brand is in the like it stage, you just simply apply the strategy there, what is recommended, and then that's your strategy house. So your marketing activities would simply revolve around that. For example, so if what did we do? For example, when we launched Fresh or Lux Organics in the market, when it was still in the like it stage, what we did was we ramped up aggressively our products, new products. Because ano nakalagay sa strategy? Get people to be excited with new products. So ang ginawa namin, every month or every 2 months, naglabas kami ng mga product. So that really ramped up the game for the brand. In fact, in that year alone, I think we grew 3 times just for that brand. but that's just an example of how you employ the brand love curve. So it ano siya, whether it's pandemic or not pandemic, I just want to make sure it's clear that you can use it anytime. It's important lang, it's very important, is tama dapat kung saan ka doon sa brand lab. Because kung nagkamali ka, uulitin mo yung strategy mo ulit. No? So, it's very important that you identify where you are in the brand love. But my question to you, syempre, question ko sa akin, question sa'yo, is, are you in a way familiar on identifying where your brand is within the brand love curve? Do you have any questions on
Banking upon
how do you put yourself in the brand love curve? How do you have a question on that?
Uh, actually, sir, like banking upon the chart that you showed a while ago, I think it was pretty clear, crystal clear as to what status your brand product and what level you should exert more and invest
Right.
more.
Right. Okay. Thanks, Cami. I hope. I think there was a second question, but I think I already answered it. No. Did
Yes,
I
po.
answer your question, Cami? It's so hard, no?
Yes,
It's so
po.
hard
Yes.
when you're on a Zoom call. You kind of don't know whether or not you're able to answer the question. Thank you. Thanks for your question.
Thank you, Mr. Jared, and thank you, Cami. So there you have it. Your question
Thank
was
you.
answered by by an answer and also another question. So I hope that you have learned. What I've learned from that from Mr. Jared's answer is that to your again going back to your question, and where do you place your brand in the brand love curve, and what resonated to me in Mr. Jared's answer was that you should, in that journey, you should choose your strategy pillar and try to get, if you have already identified the strategy pillar, just keep getting your customers excited about your brand, about your product. I hope I also got that correctly.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so we will now go on to our second question, and this will come from our representative from the Society of Young Business Administrators of National Teachers College, Mr. Patrick Lian Esplana.
Hi, Patrick.
Hello, good afternoon, Miss Lian. Good afternoon, Sir Jared.
Hello.
Greetings from the National Teachers College. So, it's a kudos, especially congratulations to a very good presentation, especially of our topic. As we lay grounds to our future marketistas, no, what I am very fond of your explanation of how to make the product relevant. And one thing is making it authentic, yung authentic connection with our customers or consumers. So how can we, in a snap of a finger, tell to our marketistas that how to lay grounds on authenticity of our authentic relationship with our consumers?
Well, actually, Patrick, being authentic is the most natural thing any marketer can do. I feel, because it is simply human nature. Being authentic, being transparent. I was taught back in the day na you have to be professionally speaking to a customer when you're a brand. Pero I realized the brands nowadays, especially in the beauty industry, they are being more authentic, more transparent to our customers. Dati, yung label, hindi yan pinag-discuss. Ngayon, people are saying, oh, my product, we don't test this, hindi siya tinatest for animal cruelty. We make sure that we get the right ingredients from the best sources. This is the source. Pinapakita pa nila yung certificate kung saan nila nakukuha, no? So, but it's important is, as a marketer, how do you then relate it? I feel it's so simple. How do you make, actually sa akin is, kung meron ka nililigawan or may nanligaw sa'yo, ganon na ganon dapat ang isang brand sa isang customer. Diba? Hindi ka pa pwedeng maging fake. Kasi pag naging fake ka, mahalata ka nung dinedate mo. And I think when you're also trying to have a friend, you cannot be fake to your friend. Diba? So you always have to remember the term, kaya nga I use the term brand love. Because you cannot create love if you're not being authentic, you're not being transparent, you're not being truthful. And I think when you're a marketer, gone are the days that there's a book by Seth Godin called "Marketers Are Liars." I should, you should read that book. But nowadays, marketers cannot afford to be liars, because if they become liars, they don't become relevant. So you have to, it parang ano na siya, prerequisite na siya as a marketer. And I think as a marketer, what's important is you focus on ano ba yung persona ng brand ko? Ano bang ugali niya? Ano ba ang, for example, I have a brand probably called Fresh, no? So si Fresh, ang persona namin, ang gusto namin, siya si Miss Innovative. Gusto namin siya, marami siyang pagbago siya parati ang lalabas na produkto. Gusto namin na ano siya, mahilig siya sa Korean novela, mahilig siya sa BTS, ganyan. So, ang gusto namin persona sa kanya, ano siya, very transparent sa customer, and she protects the environment, no? She cares for the society. So, yun yung persona niya. And if you really put your brand as a person, madali mo siyang it's easy for you to make it relatable to your target market. And to your, actually, I don't call it target market, to your customer, who you're at the end, nililigawan mo eh. Tandaan mo, nililigawan mo yung customer mo para ma-inlove sa'yo. So, that's the basic prerequisite of it. And I think it's kaya naman siya kasi lahat naman kayo nakapag-experience na ng ganun in some shape or form. Whether it's you are dating someone, or even how your parents have loved you as their children. So, 'di ba? And if you see how your parents, how do they give authenticity? 'Di ba? They're truthful, they say it as it is even though it hurts. They try to give the best product to you, or they give the best experience for you. So basically ganun lang kadali in being authentic.
Thank you, Mr. Jared.
I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yes. If I can have a follow-up question po,
Of
regarding
course.
naman po of
Go ahead.
we speak naman of our connection with our certain consumers or customers. Of all the important things that we should consider, what should go first?
In terms of what? Go first in terms of, sorry.
In terms of making a authentic connection with them.
Well, the first one yun nga is you really have to first map out your product. Ito na, medyo marketing term na to. You really have to map out properly within the in the positioning matrix where your brand stands amidst all of the noise, amidst the competitors. That's the most important thing that you have to look at. But not just your competitors, but you also have to look into kasi for example, I have this product. Ang trabaho nitong produkto nito is allergies. So it suits my allergy. Pero I can use aloe vera, yung plant mismo, yung halaman, pwede ko ilagay siya dito. Pwede ako maglagay ng ice. Pwede ko siya lagay dito. So when you're mapping out, don't just map out competitor brands, but also map out substitute products that does the same job of this product. Para when you map it out properly, you'll be able to see na, okay, ang unique selling proposition pala nito, ang tubig niya galing sa Pranses. Galing pa sa Alps. Yan yung kanyang ano. And then, you wrap your brand, the persona of your brand, you wrap it. Basically, for example, I'll give an example. No? So this one is, the water that they use in France comes from the Alps. So probably in terms of your brand visuals, you can have you can show the beauty of the Alps. You can see, you can even test the pristineness of the water. You can have a doctor kasi nga medyo medical to, no? You can have an endorser na naka lab coat, ganyan. So it starts first in identifying where your product stands. Not just from the category mapping, but also in terms of the mind map with your customer. Parang, how do I differentiate? What are the other people, what are the other brands and substitutes talking about? And how can I fit into that mix?
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Jared. It was really
Pero
a
tandaan
good
mo
nice
Patrick,
answer.
when you put yourself in the mix, you cannot be not authentic. It has to
Yes.
be true. You cannot
Yes.
fake it.
Yes.
You cannot invent na galing ito sa Alps kung hindi siya sa Alps. Kasi malalaman ka.
Yes, yes. I remember nga po, no, one of our professors in marketing, he said to us, the first thing that you sell is not the product really, it's yourself. So how you
Right.
compose yourself with the people you are dealing with, it is how the product works. No?
Correct.
So thank you so much, Mr. Jared. It
Thanks,
was a
Patrick, for
very
your
nice
question.
answer.
Thank you, Patrick. Two very good questions and two very good answers from Mr. Jared. And I love that. When you talk about love, you cannot be fake. No, how can you show how you love whether it's a person or a product or a thing or anything, if you are not authentic and if you are not expressing yourself truthfully? So again, that's very important. Brand love equals authenticity. And I also like what you mentioned that, Mr. Jared, just going back to what you also mentioned earlier. And I think our marketees also learned about this, that um, marketers cannot afford to be liars. Again, going back to authenticity. So whenever we speak about our brand or the features of our brand, and whenever we create that experience for our brand, we need to, we need to be truthful. We need to be authentic. All right.
Right.
So thank you once again. So I think that's the time we have for our questions for this afternoon. But if you have more questions, Mr. Jared, would you allow or would you entertain additional questions offline?
Sure, sure.
Yes, our marketistas are very much interested in your story, and for sure they will also would like to learn more about what you do, and of course your
Sure.
insights and your leadership in marketing.
Sure.
Great.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated, Mr. Jared de Guzman, our Assistant Vice President for Watson's Personal Care Stores in the
Thank
Philippines.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
And thank you, Cami and Patrick. Thank you. Okay, moving on to our next segment. That has been another great learning experience for us marketeers, right? Okay, so uh moving on to our next segment. So I hope you have jotted down your questions and your comments in the chat box or in the comment box, and the best insights that you have learned will be checked and chosen by our PJMA board. And in a little while, we will be announcing the winners. Are you ready? Okay, so we now leave it back to, is Irving going to be the one to announce the winners for our, the five lucky winners for our our game for this afternoon? Okay, take it away.
So, congratulations to the following. So, our five best insights winners are from our audiences are number one, France Lian Curie. Next, Ian Christian Montianto. Next, Leah Marie Dollar. Next, Lorgeline Soriano. Next is John Carr Baltar. Again, for the game winners, Franz Leon Curie, Ian Christian Montianto, Leah Marie Dollar, Lorgeline Soriano, and John Carl Baltar. So, congratulations to our lucky winners. To claim your prizes, you may coordinate it with PJMA's Vice President for Marketing, Mr. Clyde Velasco, on the procedures to claim your prizes. Once again, congratulations, and we are really glad to see those very interesting insights that you have provided. Again, giving again the virtual stage to you, Miss Ventanilla.
Thank you, Irvin. And yes, I do hope as well that you have learned a lot from our session for this afternoon. We talked about retail, and we from our special guest, Mr. Jared de Guzman, or the Assistant Vice President for Watson's Personal Care Stores in the Philippines. And we talked about brand love. We talked about authenticity. We talked about how when we craft the brand positioning, and we try to map out the customer, the brand journey, and the customer journey, what do we need to consider to be able to appear as truthful and as authentic as possible. We also talked about what we need to measure, what we need to think about, and what we need to take note of as our consumers experience their brand either for the first time, or whether it's a continuing journey for them, or whether they it's a prior experience for them, and then they continued on, and then they left. How do you win them back if in case some of our consumers have left our the brand affinity in that consumer journey? So lots of learning experience. And as Mr. Jared mentioned, for any questions that you may still have, we will be sharing with you the contact information, and we hope that we can reach. And Mr. Jared, yes, he welcomed the opportunity of receiving more questions from you all, so that we can continue the learning experience. Okay, so I think that's all the time that we have for this afternoon session. Again, we are on the second episode of the marketing series, and we will have the third and final episode next Sunday, same time, 1:30 to 3 p.m. For all our marketistas who have joined us from across the country, we truly appreciate your time, and we hope that you have learned a lot this afternoon. And watch out for more announcements for our guest speaker and for our third and final episode of the marketing series. Stay safe, everyone, and hope you have an even more productive Sunday afternoon with your family and friends, and with the rest of our fellow marketistas. Thank you.
We would like to thank our following sponsors: exclusive partners, Derma Drive, High Rewards, The Wise Millennial, Helpful Philippines, co-presented by Ravisco, Hansel Premium, Super Thick. Special thanks to Forever Healthy Products Incorporated, Startup Philippines Training, official career partner, Corex, Courier Express Philippines. We would like to thank our following sponsors: exclusive partners, Derma Drive, High Rewards, The Wise Millennial, Helpful Philippines, co-presented by Ravisco, Hansel Premium, Super Thick. Special thanks to Forever Healthy Products Incorporated, Startup Philippines Training, official career partner, Corex, Courier Express Philippines.